Welcome back to Wheels of Luxury. Today I'm revealing the secret behind the most expensive car ever sold, $142 million for a single automobile. This is the story of the Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe, a machine so rare, so legendary, that it remained hidden from the world for over 60 years. Imagine a car so valuable that only 10 people on Earth were invited to bid on it. A car so secretive that its auction happened behind closed doors with no cameras, no press, no public announcement. The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe is that car, and its story will blow your mind. Let's go back to 1955, post-war Germany. Mercedes-Benz wanted to prove their engineering supremacy to the world. The man leading this charge was Rudolf Uhlenhaut, Mercedes-Benz's legendary chief engineer. Rudolf Uhlenhaut was a genius who didn't just design cars, he drove them faster than professional race drivers. The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe bears his name because this was his masterpiece. The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe was based on Mercedes-Benz's dominant Formula One car, the W196. The same technology that won world championships was put into the Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe. Under that long hood sat a 3-litre straight-8 engine producing over 300 horsepower. In 1955, that was absolutely insane. The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe could exceed 180 miles per hour when most cars couldn't reach 100. But here's where the story gets dark. The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe was meant to celebrate Mercedes' racing success. But then came Le Mans, June 11, 1955. A Mercedes 300 SLR race car, driven by Pierre Levy, crashed into the spectator area. 83 people died. Over 120 were injured. It remains the deadliest accident in motorsport history. Mercedes-Benz immediately withdrew from all racing. The Mercedes 300 SLR program was terminated. The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe, meant to celebrate victory, instead became a haunting reminder of tragedy. Mercedes-Benz never sold the Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe. Only 2 were ever built, and both disappeared into Mercedes-Benz's secret collection. But here's the incredible part. Rudolf Uhlenhaut drove one Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe as his personal company car. Imagine commuting in a 300-horsepower race car disguised as a coupe. Rudolf Uhlenhaut would drive the Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe from Stuttgart to Italy, averaging over 100 miles per hour on public roads. The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe became a ghost on the Autobahn, a silver legend that would appear and disappear. For 67 years, the Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe remained locked away. Mercedes-Benz refused every offer. Collectors dreamed of owning the Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe, but it was untouchable. The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe was the ultimate forbidden fruit of the automotive world. Then came May 2022. In a secret auction at the Mercedes-Benz Museum, the impossible happened. One Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe would be sold. Only 10 collectors were invited. The auction started at €50 million. Within minutes, the Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe price hit 100 million. The bidding kept climbing, 110 million, 120 million. Finally, at €135 million, approximately $142 million, the hammer fell. The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe had shattered every automotive auction record. The previous record was 70 million for a Ferrari. The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe doubled it. Why is the Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe worth $142 million? First, rarity. Only 2 exist. One stays in the Mercedes Museum forever. The other Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe will never be sold again. This was the only chance in history to own the Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe. Second, the engineering. The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe featured a space frame chassis, magnesium body panels, inboard brakes, and Formula One suspension. The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe weighed just over 2,000 pounds, despite its size. This was 1955 technology that's still impressive today. Third, the history. The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe connects us to Rudolf Uhlenhaut, Stirling Moss, Juan Manuel Fangio, and the golden age of motorsport. The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe carries both glory and tragedy. It's beautiful and haunting. Fourth, the soul. Rudolf Uhlenhaut drove the Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe as his personal car. His genius, his passion, his spirit lives in the Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe. This isn't just a machine. The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe is automotive art. The buyer's identity remains secret, though rumors suggest a British collector. The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe has once again disappeared into a private collection. Most people will never see the Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe in person. It remains a legend, a ghost, a dream. There's something bittersweet about the Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe story. It was built to be driven at incredible speeds. But at $142 million, driving the Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe is almost impossible. It's too precious, too valuable, too important. The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe has become a museum piece, preserved but not experienced. Yet that's fitting. The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe was never meant for everyone. Born from tragedy, hidden for decades, the Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe was always destined to be untouchable. The 2022 auction gave one collector the ultimate prize, but the Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe remains a mystery to the rest of us. The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe proves that some machines possess souls. When engineering meets artistry, when purpose meets passion, something transcendent is created. The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe is more than the world's most expensive car. It's a testament to human achievement, proof that in 1955, without computers or modern materials, engineers could create perfection. $142 million for the Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe. Is it insane? Maybe. But how do you price something that exists only twice? How do you value a machine that carries 70 years of history, tragedy, and legend? The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe is irreplaceable, and that's why it commanded $142 million. So there's the secret story of the Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe, the most valuable car ever sold, hidden for 67 years, built by a genius, born from glory and tragedy, finally emerging to claim its place in history as the ultimate automotive legend. This is Wheels of Luxury. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe and hit the bell. What legendary car should we cover next? Drop your suggestions in the comments. Until next time, remember that some machines are worth more than money can measure. The Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe proved that. $142 million for a legend. Absolutely priceless.